Andy Malone. I'm a Microsoft MVP and a Microsoft Certified Trainer. In this episode of All You Need to Know, we're going to talk about deploying and managing applications in Azure Active Directory. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, I used to use one of these, or maybe even one of these. They don't exist anymore. So how on earth do we do it? Stay with me and I'll show you. Okay, let's begin. Here I am in Microsoft 365. Now, just before I talk about deploying applications in Azure and also in Endpoint Manager, I suppose we need to pay respects to the granddaddy of them all, that was the first step to cloud applications. And we can kind of see this if we go right now, if we go into, let's say, SharePoint. So here in SharePoint, back in the day when we didn't have the cloud, of course, the first step in creating web-based applications was done here. And in fact, you can still see this today. So if we go into SharePoint here, you can see that we've got this apps area there. And this is, you can create an app catalog, you can download apps from the internet and so on. You can publish them out on your corporate SharePoint websites. And you can still do that, that's absolutely fine. But to be honest, it's kind of legacy, and that's one of the reasons why it's kind of tucked away in this more features area. So what are the modern ways to deploy SharePoint? Well, there's a couple of ways actually. You can use something called Endpoint Manager, and Endpoint Manager used to be known as Intune, and it's recently combined with the likes of SCCM, with security, device management, all kind of rolled up into one solution. So we call it Microsoft Endpoint Manager. So I'll come back to that in a second. First up though, I want to show you Azure Active Directory. And in here, if I scroll into Azure Active Directory, there's a couple of things that kind of come to the attention. We have something called Enterprise Applications. So if I'm an administrator, I want to push out applications to the cloud. So for example, if I want to make the applications available here with all my other Microsoft 365 applications, I can simply go into Azure Active Directory here, and in Enterprise Applications, I can see all the applications that I have within my organization. Now, if I want more, I simply go into a new application, and I've got essentially three choices. So I can bring in an application that I'm developing, so something that perhaps I'm using Visual Studio with. I can bring an on-premises application, more on that in a second. And I can also choose a non-gallery application, so an application that's not been published yet in Microsoft Azure by a third-party vendor. Now, the other thing I'm not mentioning here as well, of course, is application security. Microsoft have a product called MCAS, Microsoft Cloud App Security. And if you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see that I recently did a session on that at Microsoft Ignite, and I've put that up there for you to take a look at. So Microsoft literally have thousands of applications, and not just Microsoft, these are all third-party vendors, GoToMeeting, DocuSign, Box, Google Drive, many different types of applications. And you can see that they're all categorized here. So simply locating an application that you want. So for example, if I choose, let's say, we'll do this one here, we'll do this one, NetSuite. So of course, you obviously want to make sure that you've got the appropriate licenses for all of this. But when you're ready to add the application, simply add the application in here from the catalog. It takes a couple of moments. But I mean, literally thousands of vendors are here. So really there is no need to go and worry about things like software on DVD or anything like that. So as the application comes in, it tells you what the application is, and it's saying, okay, do you want to go ahead and assign users to it? So yeah, I could do that. I could go in and I could say, yeah, let's bring some users in for this. So I'm just going to select this, and I'm just going to bring in Deborah. I will bring in Gerhard, Grady, and I'll bring in Alex as well. Okay. And I'm just going to select those users, and I'm now going to assign those users. Okay, so you can now see that these users have been assigned access to that specific application. Now, the other thing that I have here, so I'm still in the scope of this particular application. So I can go into the properties. You can also assign an owner to the application. This is kind of not so much an administrator, but kind of almost kind of a manager. So for the purpose of this, what I'm going to do is I'm currently logged on as a user called Megan. So I'm just going to add Megan in, and I'm going to select her as the current owner of this particular application. Now, as you saw when I added the, if I go back to the overview, you'll get that same screen again. So one thing that you might consider is the, do you want to set up single sign-on? So single sign-on, the requirements, of course, for single sign-on, you need to have a domain name, so a verified domain name in Microsoft 365. You also need to have deployed Azure AD Connect as well. So if you want kind of single sign-on, that's the way to do it. Unless, of course, you're in the cloud. So if you're just purely in the cloud, then you're already in single sign-on, so you don't need any additional hardware or software there. I can then go ahead and provision my user accounts. So once you've provisioned them, assign them licenses, you can set up things like conditional access. So yes, this user can access this particular application on this particular device, assuming that they meet these conditions. More information on conditional access, I've done a couple of recent posts and also videos on this. So again, just check out my YouTube channel for that. If you have a premium Azure AD license, you can also set up self-service where the user can actually set that up as well. So again, once you've set those things up, those features up, again, some applications, for example, might require a digital certificate. So again, you can go ahead and import the digital certificate from the vendor. But the nice thing about this is once it's published, once it's out there, you can see how many users sign into the application. You will get a usage and insights into it. So how heavily it is, who's failing to sign in, who's successful. We also have the audit logs here as well. So, and again, very, very detailed information about who's signing in with that application. So there we go. That's very, very quick, just setting up an enterprise application. So the other thing that I wanted to show you here, if I just scroll down, is, in fact, let me just come back out of it into here. The next thing I want to look at is something called the application proxy. So I'm often asked, one of the things is a lot of customers migrate to 365. They set up their identity, they migrate their mail, but often there's still that server that's on premises with those old applications, those old legacy applications. How do we deal with that? So what we do is we have a tool here called the application proxy. And it works kind of similar to the Azure AD Connect tool in that you simply download it onto a member server on your network. When you run the wizard, it asks you to put in your on-premises credentials and your cloud credentials. It makes the connection. Once you've done that, you can then create what we call a connector group. that connector group, you can then browse your local applications. It publishes them here in the web application proxy, and once published, you can then manage them like any other application. So when the users log into the cloud, their applications are there, they just use them. Of course, they're proxied back to your on-premises application. More details on that, you can go to docs.microsoft.com and you can find out all about that, okay? Very, very easy to use. All right, so just a little bit about applications in Azure AD Connect. Andy, what if I've got mobile devices? Okay, so we used to have a little product called Intune in Microsoft. It's now been rebranded as Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And Endpoint Manager is basically used for managing both devices, applications, but also endpoint security as well, firewalls and so on. So I can deploy a device, but you can see here, I can also view applications as well. So again, this is another way to kind of push those applications out there. So again, you can see that I've got all the major platforms, so Windows, iOS, macOS, and Android. So once I've got all my applications here, you can see I can go in and I can add an application, just the same. I can publish that application and I can then protect my users and my devices. You can set up configuration policies for that particular device. You can set up protection policies. So for example, let's say that you're using Microsoft Excel. Well, if a user is using their specific mobile device and you're combining it with, let's say, conditional access, you might say, okay, I don't want this user being able to open this particular file on this particular device in this particular location. It can be that granular conditional access. And as I've said, I've done a session on that before, so check it out. Other things you can see, you've got provisioning policies, you've got policies for Microsoft applications as well. And when you start to look at these, you suddenly realize, wow, these actually, here's one I made earlier. You realize actually they start to look a little bit like group policy in Active Directory. And indeed, that's exactly what they are. Okay, so again, check them out, have a look at these. If you're interested in Microsoft 365 and you've not had a chance to play with it, or Microsoft Azure, you can get a 30-day subscription free. You can have as many subscriptions as you like, and you can try it out. There are tons of resources to give you experience on this. In fact, if you go to my blog this week, which is andymalone.org, and just go into the blog there, I've listed a whole bunch of resources so that you can learn this stuff there. Have it deploying applications in Azure Active Directory, and we also spoke a little bit about Microsoft Endpoint Manager and of course Microsoft SharePoint as well. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of All You Need to Know. I'll see you next time. Remember, if you've enjoyed it, click on that subscribe button and come back and learn with me again. All right, you take care now.